I'm not live yet, obviously, because it's early, and I can't possibly go live when it's not time. But I'm here and I've got my tea, so I might as well be streaming, and then I can say hello. Hey, Shaylin, and hey, Cattitude. Thank you again for being so prompt to get here. It means so much to be able to go live and have people watching straight away. And when they are awesome people such as yourselves, even better. Thank you. Words are not enough. I hope you managed to enjoy your weekend. It's Monday. I have a full week of work ahead of me, although 3 streams on weekdays, which is a little bit unusual. And then we've got the weekend off. If I end up at home, I might play a couple games. And I'll nudge you, Shane, if I happen to be playing a game I'm free. Just in case, you know, stars happen to align and we could play around a golf or jump on a boat. If you get my drift. Hey, sorry. Jump on my boat, catch my drift. You know what I mean. I thought it was clever. Thank you for the hug. Dragon experiences some of the love this community is known for as Shaylin the Fae wraps their arms around Zach. Thanks. It was, thanks. It wasn't even intentional. I just went, oh, I can see an opportunity. And I took it. We are playing Lake today. I don't know if we're going to be able to finish it today. There's probably a fair bit left to do, so it might take 2 streams to finish. But we'll see how far we get. I would like to wrap this up before Christmas, because I'm, as many of you know, having a break for Christmas. I will be offline for about 2 weeks. Well, still on Discord, etc. Just... hey, Zach, you're... Oh. Welcome in, Danielle. I know what causes that. I can't fix it very easily now.
Psst. Zach is a cutie. Pass it on.
It's possible to fix it now, but it would take me about 10 minutes. And I don't think it's worth it. So, for today, my account will be the bot. It just means that the login for the bot has timed out. So essentially when you attach Firebot to Twitch, it has a cookie that lasts for 60 days, I believe. And so if the bot one times out, it then attaches to my main account. And there is a difference in time slots for those by about 3 or 4 days. So if I don't fix it in 3 or 4 days, neither of them will work. But it defaults to exactly when it can. Thank you, Danielle, for calling me a cutie. No, you. And also, welcome in, Jumpy. Need to be right back. Go get the tea. I'm making the assumption that's where Shannon is going. Shannon could be going for something else. Could be going to the water closet. I don't know. Either way, it's tea related, because either you're filling up the mug or you're making space for a mug of tea. Right, let's continue the game. I believe we're on December 28th. I do not know how far into the new year we play. It might only be a couple of days. We will see. And if we happen to finish early, we'll probably jump over to Coral Island. That's why I've done Lake, then Coral Island this week, rather than Coral Island Lake. So that if we finish early, we switch over. I wouldn't be surprised if it takes up this stream and more. Going to be doing the rounds. Think how cool tap? Yep, look at me. Oh, and of course, Shaylin throws the devil horns and gives Danielle the most metal hug ever. Oh. Okay, we are on the 30th of December. Welcome in with a bag. A second cup of coffee does sound lovely. I mean, if you've got 2 hands, right? So 2 cups of coffee, or even 1 coffee, 1 hot chocolate. Speaking of which, I've nearly finished my very, very special hot chocolate. And by that I mean it's a bit of an unusual flavour. I went to Whittards. They make tea, but they also sell hot chocolate. And while I was in there, I sampled some, ended up walking out with gingerbread hot chocolate, and asked the person who worked there for a recommendation for another variety of hot chocolate. She recommended raspberry ripple, which I went, okay, interesting, but I bought it and I've loved it. We're nearly finished.
With a warning from Lucinda.
Let's go uptown, down, and around. My goal is to get this done fairly promptly. We've got several more days.
KNW6 TV crews filming in PO yesterday with Connor Bryce.
Lucinda's an interesting character.
Fan, I just had to ask him for an autograph. He asked me for my name, but he kept calling me Linda.
Linda? That's disgusting.
Twice. Isn't that just rude?
Well, that's a bit rude indeed, Linda. I mean, Lucinda, of course. Sorry about that. The weather prediction for today, bright.
Was Jack
but
trying to
chilly.
be funny there?
Enjoy your day and the music.
Because it worked. My name's Lucinda, and people call me Linda. Really, Linda? I mean, Lucinda. Wow, we've only got 2 parcels today.
Belated Christmas gift? Maybe.
Right, and we have to go to the front door. I think this is the one. I didn't actually read the label. Oh well, we'll find out when we get to the door. Back lunch is sorted. Ooh. I shouldn't ask this, but what is for lunch?
Nobody's home.
Hey, Jumpy. Hey, with her. Not gonna say it. Welcome in, Dutch Wolf. Say what? What did I say? Speaking of hot chocolate, my sister's dog and her roommate dog were very naughty and broke into their big container of hot chocolate. Thankfully, they're both big dogs and have not had any adverse effects. Ooh, that's not an ideal situation. I'm glad they're okay. Snowman! Wow, that snowman is solid. Instant ramen. We have bok choy, napa cabbage, an egg, and a bit of fish cake to add to it this time.
Delicious.
Hey, spider lady. You mean, leaping spider lady? Yeah. Regrettably used up the 5-spice tofu. I like 5-spice. Not because of the flavour, but just because it's such a premium product. It's not just a single spice. It's 5 spices, I'll have you know. 5! Right, where are we going? Map. Tab. 405 Pine Street. Wait. 403 Pine Street. Cheers, the one on the right. Perfect. Much easier if you know where you're going before you get out of the van. Hey, Dutchwolf. Shaylen has noticed you. Buggy's been in a cooking mood recently. Just finished off the chicken pot pie leftovers. Oh. Yes, please. Mrs. Dragon and I did some baking yesterday. That was fun. Although we did learn to be a bit more frugal with the gingerbread. I did share pictures on the Discord, so if you haven't looked, go have a look under photos. My model, my 3D model, I made in Blender and then printed, worked out well. However, whilst cutting the gingerbread, people, we realised that the ones that are a little bit thicker in dough seem to balloon a little bit. They looked a little bit chunky. Oh, really glad that didn't hurt. I should have looked. Whoops. I should show them, but wants cuddles. Hang on. Bear with. Bear with. next. And then back to the game. Resume. We have... Oh. A couple straight ahead of us. They're turning off. Don't body shame the cookies. I mean, in fairness, the chunkier ones tasted even better. I mean, the thin ones still tasted good, but the chunky ones better. They were just a little bit more... They were like cookie dough. They weren't so... They weren't hard and biscuity. Okay, let's not get distracted. We are delivering to this place. So how's everyone today? I mean, I've been asking that question. I think everyone
Girls
seems
got such
fine.
a great price on this house when the Sugarmans moved away.
The Sugarmans? They sound sweet. Sorry. Yeah, there were a couple that, whilst in the oven, ballooned to look a bit like octopus or something. It looked like they had 6 legs instead of... It wasn't clear what they were. It still tasted good. Not sure how to react, and so sits and chills. Okay. I hope I didn't say anything that sounded wrong. Sharing with gentle pokes. Gentle pokes! I'm not going to stop, I'm just looking before I turn out. Aren't you, Zach? Where's my stuff off? Oh, hi, instruction. Ah. Well, you are the bringer of doom. Your reputation. That's all. This is true. I speak no lies. Wow, the turning circle of this is not
Bert's out of
great.
town for
Oh,
the holidays, but he did ask me to keep an eye on his place.
K&W News are here. I wonder if we're going to bump into them. Hang on. It's true. Doom follows me wherever I go. Does it? Or are you just Doom?
Okay, are we rolling?
We're rolling.
We're rolling.
Okay, let's get this in one. I'm freezing my ass off. When Chekhov saw the long winter, he saw a winter bleak and dark and bereft of hope. Yet we know that winter is just another step in the cycle of life. In the summer months, this lake is bustling with activity. As the local fishermen cast their rods, the tourists plunk down hard-earned cash to rent a boat and spend a delightful sun-soaked day on the water. Not so during this particularly harsh winter, however. Now the watery heart of Providence Oaks finds itself completely frozen over. No, that won't do as an analogy, because now we're sort of implying the residents have grown cold-hearted during the winter. Doesn't work, doesn't scan.
Yeah. And what was with that Chekhov stuff?
I don't get it. Chekhov? Like from Star Trek?
All right. Let's try something else.
I'm just listening.
Hey, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. How's it going?
I wasn't expecting the song. My husband and I watched The Flight of Dragons last night. I might have squeezed a lot when the villains started chanting Doom. I feel like if there is a clip of that, like a YouTube clip, if you could share it, I would enjoy it. If not, I will look into The Flight of Dragons. I'm curious. I don't know if that's a modern film or an old one. It's not one that rings a bell. Pokes Dark Wolf and Jumpy. Sheldon attempts to poke Dark Wolf and Jumpy with a Kit Kat. There's plenty of backfires when Dark Wolf and Jumpy opt to eat said Kit Kats. Dips Kit Kat in her cup. You monster. Kit Kat doesn't get dunked. It can actually. Oh, it's okay. I'm going to sing the Doom song now. Doom, Doom. Is it from Invader Zim? There is definitely a clip from Invader Zim of Doom. But it's not Zim saying it. It's Gur? Hang on. Doom song. Found it.
Enemies. I gotta sing the Doom song now. Doom, 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 doom,
Doom, doom, doom, doom, doom. 6 months later. Okay. I will leave that open because I have a sneaking suspicion someone's going to request that as some kind of command. Gives Ginger Pets. Gives Kit Kat back. I mean, it did say that you ate it, so did you eat it just a little bit and then go, that's not my thing. Welcome in, Reese's, and welcome in, Wolfie. A good time zone, Zach and chat. Hi, look, we're on a frozen lake. Well, we're next to a frozen lake. Hi, Mr. Price. Did you enjoy the movie last night? Or, oh, don't bother me. I wouldn't want to interrupt.
Oh, don't mind me.
That's the one.
I wouldn't want
to do.
interrupt.
Add a Doom command.
Hey, listen, how about I ask you a couple of
Make it
questions
so.
on camera? Just simple stuff
Welcome in.
about the town.
For those not aware of what this is Lake Season's Greetings. It's a DLC for an amazing game, and I'm enjoying the DLC so far.
Hello, my rack. I'm Jack.
Welcome, Aladar. The people over at Whitethorn Games kindly sent me over a key for this DLC, so I have to say #ad because technically that's a sponsorship, but I'm in the opinions I express are genuine. I really like this game. So many awesome people jumping into stream today. Wolfie, Racist, Aladar, Jumpy, Darkswolf, Shaylin, Catitude, Witherbag, oh, I forget Danielle. If I've forgotten your name, I'm sorry. You're also awesome. I'm sure I'd be happy to. I'd rather not. I'm a bit camera shy. Sure, I'd be happy to.
Sure, I'd be happy to.
Great. Just move over here.
We'd be famous.
Are we both in the shot?
Aren't you finding
Yeah,
Christmas
that's
gifts
fine.
while listening? I
This'll
mean,
be great.
it's easy. Just look at my throne list.
Perfect. Let's go.
For inspiration, not to buy me anything,
His
obviously.
name is Thomas Weiss.
You shouldn't buy me
I knew
anything. You should
that.
support me via Ko-fi
Thomas
because
and I go way back.
that's a better and more efficient way of supporting me.
As the local mailman for truly countless years,
Truly
Thomas
countless.
Weiss knows Providence Oaks like he knows the back of his own hand.
Ooh, that's new.
So, Mr. Weiss, how would you characterize this small, cold town and its warm inhabitants?
Must have just powered up, huh? Oh, I suppose with everyone coming at the same time, it's purely a coincidence, or that everyone left Fight Club at the same time. Probably the latter. Oh boy, that's a tough one. Or that's easy, Connor. That's easy.
That's easy, Connor.
Yep. In the eons I have been the mailman, I've learnt, whether you're new in town or not, what's clear is
Whether you're new in town or have lived here for ages, what's clear is this.
this goes Providence
Providence
Oaks.
Oaks.
Seems simple, but has its complexities. Oh, cannot be summed up in a single soundbite.
Cannot be summed up in a single soundbite.
But one thing's for certain.
But one thing's for certain.
When the low winter sun hits the water, you've seen the view. You've seen the view from the watch.
Anyone who's ever seen the views from atop the mighty watchtower knows.
This is the most beautiful place imaginable.
This is the most beautiful place imaginable.
That's it. Whether you are or wait, whether you are or whatever you face, or we say, oh, you know what always ring true is.
And you'll know what will always ring true is.
This is home.
This is home.
Zach, don't break the
cut.
one rule of Fight Club. I thought there was multiple rules of Fight Club. They just happen to sound very similar.
Unusable, but sweet. I know I've got goosebumps.
Yeah, that went well, kind of.
Oh, great.
Now, let's scout out the establishing shots at the far end of the pier. Let's go, Connor.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Gabe, you can take 5.
Unusable.
My advice would be to take those
Oh,
5 in the van.
Aladar, thank you
to
for
reduce
pointing
the
out
risk
and
of
the
any
second one.
further ass freezing off incidents.
Noted. Thanks, Ilsa.
I don't actually know anything about Fight Club. Well, what you should know is we don't talk about it. And also, we don't talk about it. And the third rule is... I don't know what the third... Was the third rule also don't talk about it? Or was there something... I feel like there was 3 rules. 2 of them were the first rule, and then... Yeah. Do we talk to them at the end of the pier? We deliver our mail. We've got a job to do. Hi, Connor.
Yeah, my man. Nice little interview back there. Let's hurry this up, okay, Ilsa?
He says nice interview. I don't believe him.
Just setting up some shots here. Ah, so beautiful.
Thanks.
Oh,
I mean...
and thanks for your time, Thomas.
Oh, we didn't mean me. So we didn't need to talk to them. Never mind. Let's go just about our job. Deliver the post. Just a mailman. Apparently my sound base is unusable. Grateful. No! What the heck? Recess? Recess? You... What? Thank you. I have no idea what that is. It was a anonymous secret one. But whatever it is, it's off my list. And thank you, Rhesus. 2 things. Alright, mail delivered. Can we get some love in chat for Rhesus, who made me very happy earlier today when he shared a Twitch recap with me, stating something like 182 hours of watch time in the channel, which is a lot.
Mr. Weiss. Thomas, sir.
Hi, Gabriel. What's up?
Just that, well, we'll be ringing in the new year right here in Providence Oaks. So? My mom is shipping over my tuxedo. Can you make sure it arrives okay? She says she clearly marked the package.
I don't think I got the recap. You can find it if you scroll to the bottom of which? I saw it. Bear with. Bear with. I will find it for you. Annual recap is the link. Oh, and I can't post it there. Post it there. Everybody's real bad at notch. It's fine, I don't mind. Reese's almost beat me to it, but I won. And I want that. Evidence? Witnessed? Whatever. Any reason you want to look your best? Or say, how did you and Ilsa like the movie? Or was that all you wanted to talk to me about?
Was that all you wanted to talk to me about?
Well,
yes.
There is something else I wanted to ask you about. I guess I'm curious. How did you, like, woo your wife?
The laughing is one of my top used emotes. So, of the... Hang on. Let me... If I can share this. We ignore the game for a moment. My year, well played. You can look as viewer. Just cool. No, I've watched 2,930 hours. Obviously, my most used emotes will probably be some of the ones from chat, because my bot uses them. And all the rest of it. This is cool and all. Luna, Alexis, Geo, Jen, Tab. But if I go by creator, welcome in Gauze and welcome in Geo. Speaking of the devil, 6.52k hours watched for me. What was I? Oh, yeah. Nope. Wow. That a lot more than me. What was I going to say? So Reese's was saying about hours spent. How many hours did I stream for? I streamed 144 times this year, which is kind of crazy. Just kind of. That was it. Your emotes were a hit. So how many times my emotes got used? I am surprised by this. We were over 7,000. Wow. Wowza. In the past, my top emote has been hi. Or hey. You know the one. Just because it's so universally used in people's chats. And evil is now the top emote of the year, which is just... Yep, I thought it would be hey and hype, not evil. 19.63 thousand chats sent, says Jumpy. Aldar, I use the evil one a lot. Oh, I'm sure you do, it's very fitting. You did do the Zach evil push. I did, although... the number of times it was used during that month was probably 600, I think. So it still puts it up there as one of the top ones. Hugs, then the top. Because I remember looking at the time, Twitch creator dashboard, you can see how many times your emotes have been used that month, and I looked at it for the month. It was about 600 times. See, 125 hours of Zach watched. Wow. But yeah, it helped, but it's still higher up than I would have expected. And hug is there, and hi isn't on the board. It's like, oh. It still get used a lot, but clearly less than 467 times this year. Got the challenge with the evil remotes. Yep. The Snicker and the Evil are two of my most used ones. Aladar? I'm not surprised. Geo, 21,000 chats sent for me. I talk less than cost. I felt like there's shots being fired there. Where are your yearly stats for watching? Yeah, there's the link. Shaylin kindly sent. This baffled my brain that nearly 2 million channel points have been spent on my channel this year. That's not accumulated, that's spent. Every 1,500 of those is probably a creeper sound. Follows, raids, all the rest of it. Eldest fans, Danielle, Hockey Dad, Rocky, Reese's, Scout, Sharkana, Ozza, Gratitude, Shale! Then. I didn't panic. Thank you, Reese's. Make that 2 billion channel points for this year. I spent over 200k of that. What? And enema noises. 119,000 channel points spent. Mostly Enderman, probably. People do seem to like that. DMG my stats. I will look through later. I look forward to looking through. I don't want to look now because it feels wrong to share your online. Wanted to make a noise. Fair enough. I mean, I might have made a noise too. Or an action happened. Shaylin! I'm number one. Sorry, I'm not bragging, but I'm number one. Channel points spent. It's very even distribution between those two. Anyway, back to the game. It's fine, that's why I did. Fair point. I feel like messaging, but just to go nah 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 nah. In fairness, but not live as often. But still, 361 distinct days visited. Yeah, mine was 355. I was a little bit disappointed. Right, she's my high school sweetheart. Or you don't want to hear such a boring.
It's pretty simple and cliched.
We get there.
She's my high school sweetheart. I took her to the fairy tale dance. We snuck off to smooch under the bleachers. And the rest is ancient history.
That's how Meredith
But
was.
I'm guessing that doesn't help you with what you really want to know.
Oh, my tea is good. You want to know if you have a shot with Ilsa? You want to know if you should make a move on Ilsa? That's between you.
You want to know if you have a shot with Ilsa?
Shh, keep it down. Don't mention her name. But yeah, I'm terrible at that kind of stuff. It's just, you seem like a wise man, Weiss man. I really appreciate your advice.
Sorry, I approve of the bad
Okay,
joke.
then. My advice...
I'm going to have to pick this one. Let me catch up again. And I'll beat me with days. Cause lost by 1. Danielle is sad because Zach got bumped from top 5 most viewed streams because of a no-limit subathon I've been leaving a tab open on. Danielle, I am grateful for every minute that anyone has my stream open. It's a minute that they could have been watching any stream and they've chosen fine. That means more than I can express. That's what it says is the emote I got. Oh, okay. The goat demoti. My top is Tab. I'm not surprised. Tab, for most of the year, was streaming 4 days a week. 8 hours. When I stream, I'm streaming 3 days a week and 3 to 4 hours. So Tab was my top 2. Top 1, but was also my, you know what I mean. 358 days on Twitch apparently. Oh. Ow. She might have got that emote too. Daniel says I have 989 hours in that stream, but only 297 chats sent. 360 days on Twitch. It's I find it more annoying that it's just short of 365. Serious, welcome in. Keep Twitch open constantly, even if I'm not watching. See, I don't have my computer on every day, all day. Right. My advice is to go for it, or to keep it professional, is to follow your heart.
Is to think about how things felt last night. Let that guide
That's
your decision.
that's my wise
it might
words.
Sound corny, but you can't go wrong following your heart.
Wow.
I want to know what you did for those 4 days,
Is
Elazar.
that your definitive judgment?
What was your excuse? How did you miss 4 days of Twitch? It's disgusting. Absolutely, that's the best I can do. Sounds a little heavy-handed, but yeah. No, wait. Let me rephrase it.
No, wait. Let me rephrase that. My definitive advice...
All done. Hey.
Oh dear.
What are you two schmoozing about?
A mailman never tells. Okay, was the thinking about making a move on you. Oh! Wait, we can say that. See, my gut is to say it and mailman never tells, but I want to see what happens if we click this one. Can I?
Oh, Gabe was...
Just asking Thomas to make sure I get my tuxedo in time for the new year.
Excellent. Now start the engine, Gabriel. We're rolling out pronto. Man alive, it's cold today.
On it, Mr. Price. Thanks, Thomas. You've been a huge help. So, take good care of that tux, yeah?
Will do. Bye, folks.
Mm-hmm. We'll never know. Right, we have one parcel and then a couple bits of post over there. That's it for the day. And we have to collect a tuxedo. It was a good try. I mean, I tried. He was just going to make a move on you and wanted to ask my advice on it as an old man with experience in life. In real life, you can totally go wrong following your heart. Hearts feel a lot, but don't think. Following your heart can mean ignoring consequences. Wise words. I don't know what my advice is, because the problem with any sort of love advice, dating advice, whatever you want to call it, is that it's very dependent on you as a person and also on the person you're trying to not seduce, but that you're interested in. Everyone's approach should be different based on it. Like, for example, some people like bold gestures in front of everyone.
ladies.
Other people like
Hi,
quiet.
Thomas.
So you got to do what's
Hello,
right
Thomas.
for you and for the other person. For you is all I got to say. Yeah. Hey, Zach, you still have DL channel points up. Ah. Whoops. If anyone redeems them, they lose their points or refund them, depending on how generous I feel. Got delivery for the diner, Kay? Well, this looks cozy.
Got a delivery for the diner, Kay.
Great. Not from the general
Professional
store, I
streamer.
see.
Wait, what? What made you say professional? I mean, you can't be thinking of me. If they don't like your silly goofy, you aren't. They aren't for you. I mean, yeah. But also, it's not just about you. It's about them. You got to know how someone, like, for example, if someone hates flowers, you don't buy them flowers. Oh, tongue twister. We can do that. Give me a second. Hi, serious. Sorry, I didn't see that. Chumpy being polite and welcoming. Good advice, good attitude. Yeah. Let me get to it in a moment. Post, thank you very much for the follow. Let's try this tongue twister. I haven't done one of these in a while. How bad is it going to be? Oh dear, that's a long one. Professional stream time. Thanks. Betty Potter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it would make my batter bitter. But a bit of better butter will make my batter better. So 'twas better Betty Potter bought a bitter better butter. Dear, that was difficult. And useless information. Never gonna get through this game. We keep having all these issues. Not issues. Redemptions. Did I say hi to you, Gio? I thought hi to you. Of course you did. I mean, if you see Gio, you instantly have said hello. So, useless fact. Oh, we get to send the page because the one we had last time was only 2 countries have participated in every modern Olympic Games, which is Greece and Australia. I'm saying it again because it might be interesting to you. Pole vault poles used to be stiff. Now bend, which allows the vaulter to go much higher. You're welcome. Fixed. Post Lemonade, welcome in. And again, thank you very much for the follow. You probably did. I'm on a different brain planet today, so have not been reading chat well. Apparently I can't read chat well either. Don't think I said hi. I mean, it's okay. Never too late. Let's pretend I did, Gio. Let's pretend Core said hi to me. I mean, that's the best way to do it. Oh, thanks for the welcome. Thank you for joining. Right, don't think so. Too heavy to be full of hot air. You tell me. I only look on the address label.
You tell me. All the information I usually need is on the address label.
Oh well. Okay, so before I leave, we had this awesome girls' night yesterday thanks to Beth. It was hilarious. When I first saw where we were going, my brain went, oh my god. And when the guy showed us what we were going to do, my brain went, oh my god. And when we started, it was so yuck, but also so cool.
I'm curious what they were doing.
I've never done anything like that before, and I love that I got a chance to find out. But then again, I doubt that I will ever try it again.
Ah, yes, the girls' night.
Does anyone want to guess what they did that was exciting but scary, fun but wouldn't do it again? Because I have no idea what they did on the girls' night out. Hi everyone, Gio's done it properly. Hi y'all. Oh. Shannon has either gone southern or decided to be kung fu, whatever this guy's called. Hong Kong Fooey. Sorry, the name dropped out of my head. Let's just pretend I'm tired and mean to send general felicitations to one and all, but I'm not awake enough to follow through on that plan. That's fair. The leader runs over to everyone for a go. Everyone. Skydiving? I mean, she said it was... Could be, but I doubt it. And it was gross or something. I mean, will never leave my vocabulary. I'm certain. I'm certain. I can't do it. It doesn't really work. What did you end up doing? Or whatever happened on girls' night and all that?
What did you end up doing?
We made haggis.
Oh. I wouldn't have guessed that. You made what is?
Oh, Gesundheit.
I said haggis.
Bless you.
It's a Scottish dish made from a sheep's liver, lungs, heart, and suet, all stuffed into a sheep's stomach. It's this fascinating traditional gourmet staple stemming from the 15th century. Would you believe? Poems have been written about it.
I will disagree with you there, Gio. But only partially. Haggis I have had twice in my life. The first time I had it, I went, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I love it. I would have this every day, quite happily. Loved it. Second time I had it, it was very bland and boring. Which just goes to prove it depends on how well it's made. So with a lot of things. Although there are some things that are hard to mess up. Chocolate cake, hard to mess up. Haggis, yeah, you can mess it up. Even our kids will eat it. I think if kids are raised to just eat, to be willing to try things, it's much better. There is a lot of kids that will not eat things because parents don't eat things. In the US, the sheep's lung isn't allowed. I wonder if it was allowed back when this game was set. I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be allowed for sale, but if you have your own sheep and they get slaughtered and you get the... Is it offal? Whatever the bits are that's not normally meat. You go, yes, I will keep it because it's your animal, and if you say, yeah, I want the lungs, we'll cook it up and feed it to the dogs, for example. Waste not, want not. I would imagine that would be fine, just wouldn't necessarily be available in stores. She did say she made it, so there's a chance of that. You got to buy the good one. Had terrible chocolate cake. Really? Oh, you are very unlucky. I mean, it exists, but it's hard to mess up chocolate cake is all I meant. You can make it kind of, yeah, okay, but it's hard to have a bad tasting chocolate cake. Offal, thank you. The pluck or the offal depends what word you were after. Offal was the one. It just creeps me out, and I've never tried it. There's a lot of foods that people don't try because they don't like the idea of it. I've always been fairly open-minded to try stuff. So kidney, liver, haggis, black pudding, those sort of things. Yeah, try it. Saveloy. I mean, Saveloy is traditionally brain. Anyway, let's not talk about that because it will gross some people out. But there are things that people just don't want to consider having, whether it's certain animals they don't like the idea of. Mrs. Dragon refuses to try lamb because she hates the idea of it. Everyone's different, and that's fine. I've had terrible Christmas cake. We use it as a doorstop for a while. I mean, I think Gio's still here. You shouldn't be telling us. Oh, it wasn't Gio's. My mum used to make chocolate rum cake. That's good. I mean, rum does make it better. What a mess with chocolate cake, but not a bad one. Lamb is so tasty, but also, yeah, I see Mrs. Dragon's way. Yeah, there's things that people refuse to eat, and that's fine. Which is, so if Mrs. Dragon doesn't eat fish, just doesn't like it. So when we're out, she doesn't hate me having it, she just wouldn't choose to have it herself. So I'm more likely to order fish when I'm out because we don't tend to cook it at home. Right, that sounds disgusting or sounds like the beginning of a very bad limerick. Meat on top of meat? Sign me up! That's the one.
Meat on top of meat? sign me up.
I have some leftover from last night, if you're interested.
Heck yeah.
It was so gross. I'll have nightmares about zombie sheep for weeks. Bleh.
Oh dear.
Hate to leave you two, but I really have to sort out this delivery ASAP. Maureen will go bananas. Talk soon. Thanks again for the great evening, Beth.
Bye.
Bye, Kay. Well, now, I really should get back to the grind as well. Those New Year's price reductions aren't going to fix themselves.
Company says, I would never eat a cat or dog. No, it's a cultural thing, and there's things that people won't eat. Pigeon is one that used to be very common for people to eat pigeon, but nowadays it just doesn't really happen. And a lot of people, if you ask them if they would eat pigeon, they go, ugh, never. But it used to be a common food, and there's no reason for it not to be good. It's just bird. You eat duck. You eat chicken. Why not pigeon? Oh my! It was my first Christmas cake I made. It was pavement. Delia Smith's quick and easy Christmas. Wait, it was actually. Oh, I was only joking. Lamb is one of those things that I keep eating because I think I like it, and then I remember that I don't actually. Okay. I can't think of anything that I do that with. There's a few things I don't care for. I'm not bothered by it, but I'll still eat. I can't think of anything that I will refuse to eat. For me, the things that I don't really care for, pickle. I don't really care for pickle. If it's in the sandwich, I'll eat it, but I would have preferred it without. Cooked tomatoes, as in with breakfast, just halved and then put in the frying pan. Like, just give me the tomato without it being cooked. It was delicious before. It doesn't need to go in the pan. Sometimes mushrooms, not bothered by them. It depends if they're with other stuff. Sometimes they can taste good, but most of the time I go, not too bothered. Jumpy would eat pigeon. Shane would join us. Okay. Pigeon, cow, blackbird, magpie. I mean, sounds like we are going to arrange dinner for some time. I think I'd eat a carrion pigeon. Is that one that does bad jokes and features? Was it Barbara Windsor? Gio says, I love lamb. We had our own sheep as kid too, so it was something we had often. Much cheaper to have your own. I would imagine so. Right, wait up, Beth. I want to talk to you about something. Or hold on, Beth. A quick word about Saturday. Rather you than me?
Hold on, Beth. Quick word about Saturday.
Oh, what's on your mind?
It's about Saturday and the whole parcel situation. What parcel situation?
Is everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Don't you worry about me, Thomas. I'm fit as a fiddle. Now, if that's all, I really need to get back to the bookstore.
Beth Carmen, you have been acting a bit strange lately. I just want to make sure everything's good, or...
I don't mean to pry. I just want to make sure everything's good.
What do you mean?
You sure there's nothing wrong?
Are you sure there's nothing wrong?
Okay, you've got me. Can we sit down here for a bit?
We figured something out. I don't know what Saturday happened.
Heavens, I do feel a bit caught out. But I have to admit, it does warm my heart to know that I cannot fool my friends. Well, out with it, Beth. You see, it's my eyes, Thomas.
Yes?
I have glaucoma, which means my optic nerve is deteriorating. I found out a few months ago.
I know. Have you told anyone about it? Or that's terrible. That's terrible.
Oh my gosh, Beth, that's terrible.
Thank you. It was a bit of a shock at first. I haven't told Emily yet. Daniel knows. It's not that bad yet, but it's not getting any better either. The thing is, this kind of condition happens.
It laughs like Sid Jones when you cook.
And
Thank you.
I haven't been the fastest in getting it treated, but they can stabilize it. That's why I wasn't able to fix the parcel on my own last Saturday. And that's why I'm starting to miss a few details here and there when I'm in the store. Or asking for peas instead of beans at Christmas dinner with all of my friends of all places.
Let me see. Those are honest mistakes.
don't be silly. Those are honest mistakes. Anyone could have made them.
I appreciate the sentiment. But you and I both know that is not the case, Thomas. I've been going about my business as usual.
Your terminology was
first and
probably right,
foremost,
Jumpy.
because the deterioration is so gradual. Until I couldn't really do the little things anymore. Things like reading small print are getting difficult, which was a painful thing to accept at first. Working in the bookstore is starting to give me more issues than I'd like. Getting older. It's a strange thing, isn't it? It's like that Robert Frost poem.
She has a poem for everything.
The afternoon knows what the morning never suspected. Doesn't mean I wouldn't mind taking a little nap in between from time to time, though.
Glaucoma is one of the conditions I don't know if I've had immediate friends and family struggle with. She does work in a bookstore, so you'd think she'd read a lot. Oh yeah. Which is particularly hard as a sentence. It's very similar to people I know who have Parkinson's and play the piano. You lose your feel and your ability to play, and when it's your way of escaping and your way of expressing yourself, when you lose that, that's hard. But glaucoma is not something I know of many first-hand experiences. Man, I'm starting to feel the effects of aging. Can't see well in the dark anymore. Weird pains out of nowhere. Yes, I get that. You're not alone. I struggle at night, but mostly when there's bright lights at the same time as dark. I struggle with the bright lights seem particularly bright. I hear you just blows sometimes. This why you're really leaving for Georgia?
When will you tell Emily? I can't honestly keep something like this from her. And she's your best friend. I'm sure she'd love to be there for you.
I'll tell Emily tonight, I promise. She'll probably be a bit shocked, but she'll understand.
Gio says, my best friend used to play the flute and piano, but since the end of secondary school, she began to lose her hearing. She's now permanently deaf. That's sad. And unfortunately, people do lose abilities. We get ill, we get frail. But sometimes it seems particularly harsh when it's so core to who you are, and it causes a lot of angst and pain when it's so intertwined with your identity. Thanks, and I think you're right.
Sounds like a plan.
When you really look at it, in the end, it's not all bad. You see, every limit is a beginning as well as an ending, as T.S. Eliot.
I don't know if she says anything
for me, there's really
of her
no
own.
use dwelling too much on that limit. I can't change it anymore at this point anyway. But I do have a choice in how to deal with it. Plus, Georgia has a lot to offer: museums, social clubs, and most importantly, my family.
And
you look at it like that, getting older.
Well, Georgia
may
Aquarium.
Still feel like a cursed time.
Am I right,
sure,
Jumpy?
I also see each new year as a gift. An opportunity to start new adventures, explore, and have more fun. You can't take something like that for granted.
Jumper says, that's so hard, Gio. Hope she's adjusted okay. Not easy. She's got a cochlear implant, but the music doesn't sound the same anymore. No, cochlear, however you pronounce it. The implants give you back your independence and enable you to experience the world, but not in the same way. It's functional rather than emotive. You know what I mean. I like that mindset. I get that. I feel a quote coming on.
I get that. From there to here, from here to there, funny things are everywhere.
Dr. Seuss! I knew you had it in you.
Hey, the credit goes to Meredith in this case. Technically, it's her old Dr. Seuss calendar that's still hanging in our bathroom.
Well, I guess I really should be going now. Thank you once again, Thomas. I do feel better now that it's out. You're a good friend.
Katachu says, well, they stimulate hearing, but it's not the same as... No, that's what I was trying to say. It resolves the issue, but it doesn't reverse it. It's a workaround more than the fix. That's probably the best way I can think of phrasing it. She keeps turning it off as it gives her headaches, so she's not gotten used to it. Yeah, I wonder if it is something that over time you get more use just from exposure, or whether it's always going to be like that. But as long as she's managing it in the way that feels right for her, that's the best way of doing it. You have to decide how much you want to be able to hear and how much you want to not suffer from headaches and balance. But her hearing birds for the first time was an experience. Oh, sorry. Hearing birds for the first time. I read that as hearing birds like seeing dogs. Like a bird that hears for you and lets you know what's being said. That's a thing? No, I misread that completely. Will not work with everyone as the cochlear nerves still need to function. Okay. Again, not something I have a lot of experience with. I've done bits of sign language. But it's been a while, and Mrs. Dragon knows a lot more sign language than I do. And I'm always annoyed that there's multiple sign languages. Why is there British Sign Language and American Sign Language? It's just extra confusing. Jeremy says, I'm going to say this again because I think it will mildly annoy Zach. They move their heads like birds. Now that I've noticed it's distracting, figured I ought to share with you. Move their heads like birds. Nope, I'm passing over. I need to learn ASL. I mean, you could, or BSL. It's been almost 20 years, so there's no hope for her. She's hopeless, and I love... It denies you of some parts of life, but there is still joy and value, and it's... I think those that do well are those that can move to enjoy different parts. It can be very difficult. I learnt a bit so I could enhance what I was saying. We both lip read really well, so never had a problem. Okay. Right. I think. Oh, anytime, Beth. Wait, I can't remember what the question was.
Anytime, Beth. Bye now.
Oh, when she said, "Should be coming to you," it was after the Zeus thing. Hang on, trouble is brewing with the kids. Cause has just gone upstairs with a bin bag. They're just kids. You can't kill them. I mean, throw their stuff away. What's... Nothing seems wrong with that. I mean, could just be helping them clear their room. And not in the way that my father used to. My sister has particular stories of how he decided that it wasn't tidy and so picked up everything and threw it out. There wasn't a warning beforehand, apparently. Although, I have no idea whether that's true because everyone remembers things slightly differently. Yeah, we're not going... Oh! Okay. That was harder than I thought. Had a similar experience. Okay. Mara thankfully saved my stuffed animals. I think I got very close to that, but it didn't happen to me. And I know people that has happened to, and it can cause hoarding issues and a reluctancy to let things go. It's pretty traumatizing. Yep. See? We're on the same page. Think she's coming out?
Oh, Thomas!
Mildred!
Hello there.
Please tell me she's got a cat. She's got a cat!
And bring
Sorry.
that over to me.
Of course.
Oh, careful
What's up on the cat?
I've cleared most of the snow, but it's still a bit slippery. Thank you so much. If only I still had the balance and agility of my feline friends. Oh, and good day to you, of course.
My dad would threaten to do that if I didn't clean my room, had ADHD, but was not diagnosed, so cleaning was hard. Okay. Okay. It's good to know that we've got so many people in the community that you often have others that have experienced similar things, and it just makes life easier when you know that there's people around that have had similar experiences that you can share and talk about. Apparently I was diagnosed in 2nd grade, but they kept that info from me because they didn't want me medicated. I can understand that, because some medication is the right solution for some people but not all people, and sometimes there's an expectation that you are on meds, but it might not always be the right solution. Not saying that it isn't a solution, it can be, it depends on the person. I think the important thing is to work out what's right for the individual. But who wants the birdie? Yes, obviously. Give me 1 minute, I feel a sneeze coming on. There was a sneeze, I was right. Oh, watering ice. Cleaning is still hard. Thankfully, my husband, who also has ADHD, often hyper-focuses on cleaning so things stay under control. Never taken anything for my ADHD. Yeah, and different people manage things differently. I mean, I agree with you there, Zach. It's just the withholding information. Yeah, I understand that. And what I was saying wasn't going against what you said. It was an and. And some people were diagnosed with very minor ADHD and then are pigeonholed and treated in a way that isn't necessarily helpful. And other people might be diagnosed and then not get the help that they needed. Difficult. It's definitely one of those things that has to be looked at for every individual as to what's right for them. I have never been diagnosed as anything, but I also know that I have my own uniquenesses that could easily be diagnosed as not problems but conditions and then medicated or looked at. But there's my issues I've worked on and found ways, and I feel like I'm in a good place, and that's good. I have suffered from anxiety, and that's something that I've worked on and got better at. I mean, there would be a time where I wouldn't answer the phone because what if someone spoke to me and I didn't know the answer, or what if I said something embarrassing? And here I am broadcasting on Twitch to people that are listening and watching me, and I'm not needing a change of trousers. Bless you. Thank you, Wolfie. I didn't know I had ADHD until very recently. No, and sometimes it's good to have the diagnosis. Sometimes it doesn't make a difference because it can be traits that you manage regardless of the condition, but it can definitely help. Never treated differently in school by teachers too, and I never knew. I was always treated differently in school by teachers too, and I never knew why. Yeah, and that sounds traumatizing, and I'm sorry, Catitude. Because that if you don't know why and you're receiving different treatment, that sounds traumatic and horrible. And it breaks my heart that you had struggles and had to go through that, because you are lovely. And it makes me want to give you a hug. Oh, Shaylin throws up the devil horns. I mean, the cute moment of oh, and then devil horns for hugs. Daniel says, I would have helped manage my anxiety in a better manner if we knew the ADHD was an underlying contributor. Oh, yeah, I understand that. What about? A lot of the stories I've heard of people being diagnosed and the relief that that's given them, because it helps them come to a better place of understanding and knowing how their brain works and then manage themselves better. That one's a good one. Thank you, Daniel. Daniel, the struggle, stress, and the pain of the day just melt away from everyone's mind as Danielle gives them a hug. Oh. There was this awful sheet in middle school that myself and others had to bring to the teacher before class to be signed by the end of class. Sometimes I'd forgot to give it before that window, could not give during class. Sometimes other teachers would forget to sign it. It was left in another class. The consequences were awful. I'm sorry. And I'm glad that you got through it and you're able to look back at it and see, understand what you went through. And at the end of it, you turned out as you are, and you are awesome. Debbie says, I began to suspect very recently that I have a bit of dyslexia. No problem with reading, but I still struggle with left and right. It's fine as long as you're not directing me in the car. Although in fairness, I sometimes go the wrong way and it really doesn't matter. My way of travelling is very much I take extra time, so I'm not too worried. Left and right is subjective to where you are. Exactly. I've never struggled with those, thankfully. I'm good at directions. I struggle with reading stuff, but that's mostly because I'm reading it live, and my brain, whilst reading messages, is spinning around worrying about everything I say in case I say something wrong and it gets misheard, mistook, mistaken? Whatever the wording is. Because there can be a difference between the intent and how things are received, and I worry that I will get that wrong. Especially when they're people that I care about and I care about what they think. Right, good day to you, Mildred and Jennifer. Well, hello, Mildred plus cat. I mean, what if it isn't Mortimer, right? Let's go with. It's not Genevieve, is it?
And Genevieve.
Thomas, honestly, this isn't Genevieve. It's Mortimer. They look nothing alike. Isn't that right, Mortimer?
Well, pardon me.
I can't quite keep track of all your cats.
That's not the right thing to say.
I do have a lot of them.
Oh.
But not quite as many as there are streets in Providence Oaks. And you can keep those apart. So, what do you have for me today, Thomas?
Just a letter.
Let's see.
I was navigating with my friend on the way to Atlanta, and I had to think really hard every time I had to direct her left or
Apparently.
Worst case scenario, you go the wrong way. You go, oh, silly me.
And if you send this letter along with $5 to the first 6 people on this list, your name will be added to the bottom. Soon enough, your name will rise to the top. Then many people will send you $5. You will earn lots of money with one small investment. Oh,
it's a pyramid scheme. I love pyramids. They're great shapes.
What do you think, Mortimer?
Knock yourself out, Mildred. That's a classic chain leather scam. Maybe you should talk this over with your son.
Mildred, that's a classic chain letter scam. Don't fall for it. No one ever got rich off of one of those.
Actually,
well,
someone.
Except for the post office.
Are you sure, Thomas? They make it sound so easy.
We made it there. Exactly. And if you happen to go the wrong way, it's just another experience. What is it that... So I'm listening to Michelle Obama's audiobook at the moment, and she quoted something, and it was talking about when things go right, it doesn't create memories. It's when things go wrong that it creates memories. So the best thing you can do in life is let things go wrong. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. No one remembers, you know, that time that things went smoothly. People remember the time where things went horribly wrong, and then you reflect on it and have a giggle together. It unites people. I think it was Michelle's book. Unless it was the book before that. Anyway, it's still true. Sometimes things going wrong can be fun. Don't seem to agree with Mrs. Obama on that one, but I also see her point. Warning, this usually is a gameplay in mature games. Oh. Shouldn't be. Thank you for letting me know. In theory, those tags should be automatic. What's the game rated for? I do not see. It's certainly not a mature game. It's relaxing and chill. Let me have a look. Thank you, Shay. Twitch? Bear with. Bear with. Stream manager. How does one edit stream info? Mature rated game? Really? Lake is registered as a mature rated game. Why? It's automatic because the game is rated mature. So it's not something that I can or should turn off. Right, there's no such thing as free lunch, sadly. Trust me on this, Blizzard. In that case, who knows?
They always do. But there's no such thing as a free lunch, sadly.
$30 is quite a bit of money. I'll think about it.
You do that, Mildred. See you at Moe's tomorrow night?
Probably. Bye, dear.
Right, we have one more letter to post today. We haven't done much posting because I've been distracted talking about ADHD, Christmas, anxiety, and other things. Oh, and haggis. Cool. I mean, can't forget the haggis. Delicious, sweet haggis. Oh, and Twitch recap. And just general thing. Can't forget that. I'm sure you meant forget, not forgive.
And that's the last one. Whew.
It's alright, I can translate. I'm used to it. Mrs. Dragon does typos all the time. I get some very strange text messages. I just have to know what she meant. Right, we are done for the day. Let's do a UE. Okay. That's right. I expanded the road to be slightly wider than it was because it suited me. Also, I didn't realise I was leaving trails in the snow. That's kind of cool. How have I not noticed that before? Look, there's my tyre marks. I mean, I can't see where I'm going, but it's probably fine. See? Who needs to see when you can... Ah! It's fine. The rock put me back on course. Yeah, too early. This is fine. Keep getting a little anxiety about Christmas this year. It'd be very different. I'm sorry, Weatherbag. That's understandable. And you know DMs are open if you need to vent and talk. I'm always willing to take a call or take a message. That's what friends are for. Very understandable.
Hey, Thomas.
Ooh,
Have you
yes,
seen
Frank?
Jack?
Yep, yesterday night in my kitchen. Nope, how'd it go with?
Yep, yesterday night in my kitchen.
Poker.
Yeah, okay. But I kind of need him now. I'm a sitting duck
Well,
right now. I'm toast if Morgan suddenly shows up.
Think maybe I can help out? Or don't worry, Morgan has probably left BO already. Really, what's the worst that can happen?
Really? What's the worst that can happen?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Sorry for interrupting your conversation. Mr. Coleman, I see you've managed to be present at the job position you're currently holding. I think it's time you and I had a little chat.
I find the back of his head very entertaining.
Mr. Morgan,
I don't know
so
why.
good to see you again. A little chat sounds wonderful. But I'm afraid there's an extremely urgent parcel I have to deliver right now. So stay put, and I'll be back in about 30 minutes.
You can stay right here, Frank. I'm sure Mr. Weiss would be happy to deliver that package for you. Right, Thomas?
Sure, Mr. Morgan. I just... You think I'll do that? You're terribly confused. Let's just go to Moe's and talk it all over like adults.
Sure, Mr. Morgan. I just finished my round, so it's not a bother.
Excuse me, sir? Hi. Hello.
Jack!
I heard you were looking for a guy in a light blue shirt with a mustache to purchase illegal fireworks in the parking lot of the post office. Well, you found them.
Illegal fireworks? Who do you think I am?
Sir, you don't have to keep your guard up. Frank and Thomas here both know me very well, and I'm sure they won't tell a soul about what you're doing right now. So, what will it be? I've got rockets, Roman candles, fountains, sparklers. I even have barrages that'll give you a fireworks extravaganza that you won't ever forget.
I think there must be a misunderstanding here. Please, don't put Mr. Morgan in this position. If people walk by and see this, they might snitch on him and get him into trouble. He could even lose his job over this.
Let me read chat and then we're going to enjoy this. Thank you. I think it's just because it's the first Christmas on my own for quite a while. Try my best to embrace the season as much as I can. Are you going to have Christmas with Cosmo and your dad? And sorry, I don't mean to pry. It still will be very weird without her around, I know. So Mr. Morgan was made aware of Frank was selling fireworks, except he wasn't pointed at Frank. They got an anonymous tip-off to say a man with a moustache wearing blue shirt was selling fireworks right outside the post office illegally. And so Jack has just worn the outfit to look like Frank. So yeah, they were talking about me. Don't, yeah. So it's appreciated. Geo is back. Are the kids still alive? Did you resolve the issue? Right, why don't you go inside without all these prying eyes? I don't think he's interested in buying fireworks.
I don't think Mr. Morgan is interested in buying fireworks, to be honest.
I'll tell you what will happen now. I'm going to get in my car, start the engine, drive home, and pretend I did not just spend 3 days in Providence Oaks for absolutely nothing.
Sir, if you take a left at the deer statue, you'll eventually pass my barn, and I can fill your trunk there in just 1 minute. Do you have cash on hand?
Gentlemen, I'll be back next year. Frank Coleman, your luck will run out one day.
I wouldn't bet on it. Tally-ho, Morgan.
Okay. One of the children has broken the latch on one of the kids' doors. Neither will admit to who did it. Are they both going, not me? Or pointing at each other, or just going, I don't know what happened. I know nothing about it. I wasn't even there. It's always been like that. What are you talking about? I love that as an excuse, by the way. Broken? No. It's always been like that. Duh, Mum. They're both saying they didn't do it. Right. And the... Thank you for the toot. That's Scott. Thank you, Scott, for the 50 bits. The question is, so if you didn't break it, how would you think it got broken? And see if either of them grass the other one up. And then we remember the old motto that we always need to teach children. Stitches get stitches. No, maybe that. Right. Will Morgan believe Jack was the one offering fireworks? Or... right.
Boy, oh boy.
They're blaming each other.
Can't stand the heat. Stay out of the kitchen.
Thanks, guys. I owe you one.
Okay. Jack saved the day. Weiss residence, Monday afternoon. We like Mondays.
Hello?
Evening, Thomas. It's Maureen.
Oh, hi, Maureen. If you're looking for Emily, she's at the motel right now.
I was actually looking for you, Thomas. I don't know what to do with this Nancy situation. I get so worked up just thinking about it. And that usually gets in the way of doing the right thing, you know? I need to talk to someone who's a bit more emotionally detached from the situation.
Okay. How can I help you, Maureen? I'm not sure if that's me, Maureen. So I don't want to get caught up in the middle.
How can I help you, Maureen?
Simply put, I don't know if I should give in to that Nancy Carlisle and her overpriced snacks, or tell that woman to take a hike. But then we'll end up with a lackluster New Year's Eve party.
Right. This New Year's Eve without snacks? Parties. If you like.
A party is about having a good time with people you like. Who cares if the snacks aren't great?
That's what I'd like to think as well. But I just don't like to disappoint people.
People should be glad they're throwing a party at all. People will understand that you had to draw a line.
It may not be the perfect party, but people will understand that you had to draw a line in the sand.
I think you're on to something there, Thomas. I'm not yet totally
Sounds like me and my brother when we were growing up.
But at least my mind's at ease now. Thanks for letting
Have you finished growing up?
And advice.
I haven't.
You're a doll.
It takes one to know one, Maureen. You're welcome, Maureen. Take it easy.
It takes one to know one, Maureen.
She hung up on me. No hugs and kisses? Oh. Ooh. Do we watch stay home and watch TV or read a book? Well, last time we read a book, we got useless information, so let's watch TV. I have no idea if this is a well-known show.
I hate to admit it, Klaus, but if it wasn't for you, I would have been a goner.
Oh, hamburger.
You can't say that about the other guy.
Sorry.
You betcha.
Burger and
You
fries?
made a mess, man. Blood and guts everywhere.
It's not the first time I've made Schweinbraten without cooking.
Okay, now we know about fries and hamburger. If you don't want to, of course. There's a ribbon in front of the TV. Distracting. Wow, okay. Really mad. I'm sorry. Not my fault. Well, he doesn't pull my hair or kick holes in the door anymore, so I think so. He kicked holes in the door, or you blamed him. No.
Good morning, P.O. I'm starting today with the weather forecast. It will be bright and beautiful.
Bright and
Which
beautiful.
brings us to the last P.O. positive or pet peeve of the year. It's one from yours truly. Who'd like to end 1985 on a positive note?
P.O. positive or pet peeve?
I believe 108 is a parcel. Find out. Go back. I need to get more tea. Good choice. I mean, I finished mine.
Okay, let's get this to its destination.
A little bit jealous, but I understand. Could I get some, please? Oh, am I blocking the road for you? Sorry, I'm in important government business.
Must be out of town for the holidays.
Sort of. Right, and then it's straight ahead, I think. I was going to say the blue house. But realistically, there's two. Coffee. All right, stop your bragging. Okay, it's not 205. Darn it. 207. Yours act, you want lavender milk tea, fruit rose tea, or jasmine tea? Hang on. Bear with. Just adding something to my to-do list. Ooh. I don't know whether it'll be a fit or not. They contacted me. And it's a company I'm not too familiar with. But I am curious. I want to get my mum a beautiful teapot. I mean, if you get a plain teapot and paint it with my beautiful face. This isn't my beautiful face. Although I do appreciate the eyebrows there. Next. We have 3 more in... Let's go over this way and through and around. Oh wow, we've got to go all the way over here. And there. Okay. I don't often use a teapot. In fairness, I do make a pint of tea at a time in a mug. And I use a tea bag. Which saves all the washing up. Teapots are nice. For me, it's not as, it's more about just the experience of stopping and making a cup of tea.
Fancy.
And there is a time and a place for a pot of tea, and that time and place is at home weekend mornings, where Mrs. Dragon and I are having a little bit of a lazy start to the day, and I'll make a pot of Earl Grey, and we will sit and have a few cups of tea whilst having breakfast and just talk about what we're doing for the day. It's a good way to start a weekend day. A day in the weekend? You know what I mean. My mum loves black tea, but she drinks unsweet black tea with lots of ice. Okay. This one? What is it? Not this one? I knew that. I have to walk back to my van. If only I'd looked at the list. I suspect tomorrow I will be having a coffee at the start of the day. Because I need to go shopping and I get a free coffee when I go shopping. It's great. Here in the south, folks drink sweet iced tea, but she grew up further north. I don't care for black tea. Sorry, Zach, drink coffee. Don't have to be sorry. There is no right or wrong. I drink coffee sometimes. I drink tea most of the time. I drink hot chocolate. I occasionally, very occasionally, will drink Bovril. I don't own any Bovril, but I will drink it if it's on offer. But it's probably like a once a year thing.
Another satisfied customer. Unless it's Bill's.
What is Bovril? Bovril. B-O-V-R-I-L? Bovril? It's beef extract. You put it with hot water, and it makes a drink. It's a bit like gravy. But it's so warming. Like a broth. Maybe? I think so. Like a gravy. That's all I can think of. It comes in a pot that's very similar to Marmite, except with a red label. And it says Bovril on it instead of Marmite, obviously. It's an acquired taste. It is something that you often get at... I think the most likely place to find it is at a football match. Apparently Bovril is banned in the US. Really? Oh. Oop. Parcel. Did not know that. Would not have guessed that. Marmite? I've never had Marmite. It's okay. Marmite is yeast extract. It is famous for being... Well, the famous tagline is you either love it or you hate it. Some people absolutely detest it. Some people love it to death. There are very few people in the
It's good to see you.
mad cow
Thanks
disease
again
fears.
for the little chat we had yesterday evening.
Oh. But it's cooked? It's like great... What? That doesn't... That's an odd thing, because I can't imagine it could be a problem. Alright, don't mention it, Maureen. Was glad to help. Have you made a decision on what to do?
Have you made a decision on what to do?
Yep.
Not saying I agree, just saying that's what it said. Oh yeah, I didn't read it as you disagree. I was more shocked that that's the
You'll
answer.
find out tonight, Thomas. We'll have a grand old time regardless.
Okay. Next! I mean, who sits in a diner without a mug? There we go, that's better. Because if you go to an American diner and you get free coffee refills, you get coffee. Like this sensible gentleman has with a beautiful moustache. I mean, not as beautiful as my moustache, but still. It's a flavour seed for the coffee. Right, next. Whoa. You got one letter here, one parcel down there. That's it. So we're going to continue in the car around the lake. Try buffer. I mean, it's alright. Not something I'd want every day, but it is very good on a cold day to warm you up. And very easy to do because you just put a spoonful of it in a mug, pour hot water on top. Instant warmness, something to hold it, and just clears you out. It's like instant soup, I suppose, but without... Yeah, it's like instant soup. Mostly I associate it with football matches. On a cold winter day, people go to the football and have a bovril because it's warming. Where are... I mean... Are they in the... Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, Thomas. We're about to do a little interview, but you're welcome to listen in.
I don't want to listen. I just want to deliver and go.
Weiss, don't you?
Sure do. You're resident mailman, am I right? Good
am
to
I
see
right?
You, man.
Don't mind me. Just be a fly on the wall.
Should I just stand over here?
That was Open Sky by Velvet Moon, one of my favorites. Folks, we have a special treat for you today because I have a guest here at the Reynolds studio. You know that happens from time to time, but today it's a bona fide big shot. None other than KNW6's own newsman extraordinaire, Mr. Connor Price.
Thanks for having me, Jack. Always nice to talk to a fellow broadcaster. So, how long have you been doing this local show?
Coming up on our 10th anniversary, Mr. Price. But you've been at KNW6 for longer than that, no?
Just imagining getting to the point of streaming for 10 years.
Can you believe I started there way back in '66? As a segment producer on Portland Rise and Shine. Still remember the title of my first item, too. Is Poplin Still Poppin'?
That's a great title. And yet, this is the first time you've come to Providence Oaks.
First time staying a while, at any rate. So, Mr. Reynolds, how would you describe this town?
Well, I'd say it's... Hey, wait a minute. Who's interviewing who here? I'll ask the questions, thank you very much.
I don't know why, but I like reading with my
friend.
mouse.
Just can't help myself, always chasing the story me. It's the commitment I've made to our viewers. The price guarantee.
Because I don't need to. I'm hearing them clearly.
Oh, you know,
but the
just
subtitles is just kind of nice.
Couleur locale. I must say, the people
and it's a good
here
thing to
are
have for anyone
very friendly,
who's watching.
And I hope the feeling's mutual. Right,
especially
Thomas?
because I might talk over it.
That's Thomas the mailman over there. But never mind. He's not mic'd.
Mr. Price, how did it get off to a rough start?
Yes, and no, I'm not.
You don't say. Because we happen to have a little section called PO positive or pet peeve. You might have heard of it?
Can't say I have, but I do like the alliteration.
Alliteration is king.
Well, Lucinda Boyle called in a pet
It's
peeve
cold. Close the
yesterday,
dang door.
saying
I mean,
you were
yep.
quite rude to her when she asked you for an autograph.
Well,
But
I'm
the barn
sure
door
that
was
was a
the door was open when
misunderstanding.
we got here. We didn't open it.
See, I must have been on a really tight schedule, because otherwise I'd do anything for a fan. That's
the price guarantee, right? Sure. Anyway, we'll be back with Connor Price, KNW 6-star reporter, right
We
after
went to
this.
the front door to
what the
post
hell,
the
Jack?
letter.
Ambushing me like that live on air?
Relax, just joshing you a little. But I'll let you plug the heck out of this Oregon Trail thing you're filming. How's that? We'll make sure everyone in town fully cooperates with your crew in the home stretch.
Well, speaking of the home stretch, I better get back to my job as a serious broadcaster.
What a...
It's been real, pal.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Believe this guy.
Oh yeah, what a... Someone in broadcasting being slightly obnoxious? Don't take it personally, Mr. Price. Jack's a swell guy.
Someone in broadcasting being slightly obnoxious? Unheard of.
Arrogant fella. Yes, that's the wording I was thinking of.
By amateur hour.
Maybe. Wow.
Sorry you had to witness that, Thomas. Made for good radio, though. While it lasted, anyway. I'll see you at Moe's tonight, yeah? You don't want to miss what Frank's been cooking up.
Can't wait to see you there, or looking forward with no small amounts of trips.
Can't wait. See you there.
Yeah, we were walking towards this, and then it just took us there. I didn't open the door. Although I thought it was open when we got there, but then again, it was that door that I was thinking of. So, might have been open. Our character might have opened it. I don't know. I certainly didn't try. So silent. Because we're going slowly because we're off-road? Oh, it's dang silent. Well. Ah! Oh, it's okay. That's what this bit was made for. Map. We have parcel over there. Is the sound bug? I mean, if it is, it's just a sound. Driving on snow is loud. Should be. But the map still works. Let's jump out and jump back in. It's making a noise, but it's very, very little noise. Apparently the... What was the name of the vehicle that the young mechanic decided to name it? Satisfying crunch crunch. Yeah, but it's quiet now and it's fine. Peaceful and quiet. Shh. I feel like I should be able to do a handbrake turn. I'm so used to playing games where there is such a thing as a handbrake turn. This feels odd. Remember, I played a lot of hours of Asphalt 9 recently because I wanted to get all of the achievements. I got them all. It only took me like 100 hours, but I got there. Asphalt 9 is a game that I've played before on Switch, and I did everything that would be needed for the achievements in Steam. However, not cross-platform, so I had to do everything again.
Christmas gift?
And I was okay with that because I enjoyed playing again. But now I've done all the achievements, I'm not worried about keep playing it. I've got other games to play.
I should have a new booking system ready in a few weeks.
Okay. Hello? 402. Ah. Nope. Knock on door. Knock knock. Oh, PO tuxedo service.
PO tuxedo service.
I bet she's in there.
He's not in.
Oh.
I should probably leave it with Ilsa then.
I bet he's in with
Room
Ilsa.
9.
What's the chances that he'll be in room 9 with her? I mean, just chatting, obviously. Nothing untoward. Knock knock.
Please accept this delivery for room number 2.
Hi, Thomas. Oh, is that Gabriel's tux?
Oh.
Signed, sealed, delivered. That's the Weiss guarantee.
Who's in the shower?
Okay, I'll take care of it. Thanks.
Right then, I'll...
I'm feeling fine, I'm feeling strong. It won't take long. Ooh, when I use my witchcraft. Ooh, when I use my witchcraft. Ooh, yeah.
Well, someone's having a happy new year.
Well,
I love that song.
Great. So...
I'm really happy for them.
Diner. Oh, and...
She liked him, he liked her.
My pleasure, Ilsa.
I'm really glad we knocked on the door and she was there. We now know that they're good. We got the knowledge that she liked him, we got knowledge that he liked her. We spoke with Angie, set them up with the right film, encouraged him to go for it. And it worked out. Right, we are going to fast travel over here. I'm not going to drive around. Yep. Back to the post office. Park up. And New Year's Eve party. Ooh. Yep. I also don't know if we continue until the 5th or whether this is the penultimate day or ultimate day. I don't know. Ring ring.
Hello? Hi, Meredith. It's the Weiss family again. We wanted to wish you a happy new year before we're going to Moe's.
Hey, thanks. We've got a little over an hour left here before it's 1986.
You'll watch out for those fireworks, won't you?
They're so unpredictable.
I will. I'll probably stay inside anyways.
We've got 4 more hours to go, but Happy New Year! I'd rather be early than late.
Okay. Bear with. You going anywhere to celebrate, or did you guys make the deadline?
Oh, did you guys make the deadline?
Thanks, Dad. Yep. And we're all a bit drained, but still in one piece. Some guys from the office were going to do a ER Kung Fu tournament, but I didn't feel like it.
A Kung Fu tournament?
Everyone does them.
New Year's Eve?
Yes, Mom, it's a video game. But Tess and I are going to watch Trading Places instead at my place. I think that New Year's Eve is overrated anyway. People seem to think it must be the best night of the year, but all you usually get is a lot of drama and a solid hangover. My New Year's resolution was not to make a big deal out of New Year's Eve anymore. And it looks like I'm not going to break it. But don't let that ruin your evening.
Fully understand you, Meredith. It won't. We'll have a good old party.
I totally understand you, Meredith. My best New Year's Eve was actually one I spent all by myself.
Hey.
I don't know why, but that night I've never felt more at peace. And most parties aren't worth the hangover anyway.
Maybe that's because you usually forget half of what happened. Sorry, Meredith. Your father's memory needs a little grease between the hinges.
So rude.
Like starting the car in time before going to Moe's?
Bingo.
Okay, guys, I won't hold you up. Have a great evening and a happy New Year.
Speaking of New Year, I have a question, and I would really, really appreciate some feedback from chat. Do people do New Year's resolutions? And if so, what?
My beautiful
Has anyone got
people,
plans
may
for
I have your
this New Year?
attention for half a minute? First of all, welcome to Moe's. We're excited to celebrate the last few moments of 1985 together with you. It was quite an undertaking to host this New Year's Eve party at the last minute. So if you feel like the snack situation isn't up to standard, you're right. But we do have enough tater tots, french fries, potato wedges, and potato pancakes to feed the entire village.
See? Do what you
Thank you so
can.
much for that, Jack. And thank you all for coming. Cheers to a great evening.
Well, if it isn't my favorite KNW6 news team.
In the flesh.
Hi, Thomas.
A nice tuxedo, Gabriel. Or I've had this witchcraft song stuck in my head all day. Looking like a genuine love story, you two.
Looking like a genuine love story, you two. Seems like you're headed towards a very happy 1986.
Yep, and a happy 1987, hopefully. 1988, maybe?
89, 90, 91, happily ever after.
Okay, that's cute.
Until we discover I'm terminally ill and die in your arms.
Elsa, that's horrible.
It's also the plot of Love Story, you big doofus.
There we go. Champagne for my real friends and real pain for my sham friends.
Okay, I don't like him. Anadol says we're spending the New Year holiday at my parents' house. Our neighbours let a lot of fireworks, which is PTSD trigger for my husband. My parents are letting us come over. It isn't so bad. I'm sorry it's triggered, but it's good that you've got a solution lined up and you can spend time with a family. Hi Connor. Hello, Mr. Price. Let's go with.
Hello, Mr. Price. So, is the segment on Providence Oaks in the can yet?
Almost, my friend. Still have to shoot the countdown to the new year. Hopefully that gives us the ending we need. I've been promised a spectacle.
Oh dear.
Easy on the alcohol there, Connor. We still need you on camera. Can't have you slurring your words.
Slurring my words? Whatever do you mean, Ilsa?
Quit fooling, you guys. It's getting close to midnight. Let's set up and get ready.
Showtime. Okay, getting into character. See you
Into
on the flip
character?
side, mailman.
Hi, honey.
News presenters don't have character.
Would you believe
They present the
hotel had a
news.
custom order a blow dryer just for him? He tipped generously, though. Oh, is that Beth sitting over there? Let's join her.
Good evening, my dearest of friends. Almost time for Auld Lang Syne, eh? Did you know that Auld Lang Syne was written down by Robert Burns in the 18th century?
Yes.
And that he based it on an old Scottish folk song? He wrote it to a different melody than the one we sing today, but I have to say, I do like this version. And it's often sung after a special dinner.
Look, the
where
characters move
haggis
like
is served.
birds.
Would you believe?
How we ever get by without these fascinating facts? I don't think I ever heard it. Haggis, eh? Hence the workshop.
Haggis, eh? Hence the workshop. Your grand scheme is coming together nicely.
Making that haggis was something else. It ended up tasting quite nice, once you got over the fact it looked like something caught on your shoe.
Or an inside-out sheep.
Oh, Thomas.
What? It literally is.
All joking aside, my friends, now that a new year is upon us, I feel a moment of thanks is in place. I know I've kept my situation from you for a while, but now that it's out in the open, I honestly don't know why I didn't share it with you sooner. Pride, I suppose.
We haven't told
I
Emily,
feel
or
so much
I
better
suppose she's
now.
spoken to
Thank
Emily.
you, my friends.
That's what we're here for.
Glad we could be there for you, Beth. And thank you for
Okay, so she obviously told Emily.
We'll always be there for you. But you have to let us in first. I hope you remember that when you're in Georgia.
Georgia is close to Florida. See, I'm good at this American
It's my new resolution
geography.
for 1986. Along with letting go and seeing where life takes me. What about you, Emily? Any resolutions?
Well,
That was
less
my
work
question
and more
towards
fun, I
chat.
suppose. Now that this guy Matt is joining the motel, I am looking forward to a bit more quality time. What about you, honey?
A long holiday might be nice. Here, I'd like to head out to Meredith next year. Another year with you is all I could ever hope for, dear.
Another year with you is all I could ever hope for, dear.
Oh, I love you too, Big Bear.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Well, whatever the future brings, this old acquaintance here will be hard-pressed to ever forget you two.
Oh, that's sweet. I hope that's a good thing. Same here, Beth. And we'll be sure to bring ourselves...
Same here, Beth.
Absolutely. We wouldn't be able to forget you if we tried. Not that we tried, of course. And like you said at Christmas dinner,
Sorry,
even if the
that
reasons
tickled
for
me.
change are sometimes out of our hands, let's focus on the new beginnings that come along with them.
And what better time for new beginnings than New Year's Eve?
Attention, folks! It's showtime!
Oh dear.
If you want to see the biggest fireworks show west of the Rocky Mountains, you better be standing outside in about 10 minutes.
I feel like this is going to go horribly
That's
wrong.
My cue. From a little spark may burst a flame.
Or
as Dante
really
once
well.
put it.
It could be beautiful.
But I need to
or
visit
it
the
could be
ladies' room
tragic.
first, or I'll turn into a pumpkin.
Just like a...
See you outside.
And that's it.
Isn't she marvelous? I'm so happy for her. I am going to miss Bethy.
So will I.
Parcels for the bookstore always brighten my mood.
But she'll still be around for a while, so it won't be too abrupt.
It makes me feel a bit melancholic. Even more than I usually am on New Year's Eve. This odd feeling of looking back and forward at the same time, and now I'm doing that over a much longer period than just the coming and going of the year.
I know what you mean, and there's nothing wrong with that.
It's good to have something to look forward to, or I like to reminisce about all the things that happened.
It's good to have something to look forward to.
And we sure have something to look forward to, don't we? I guess
there's
that's
a holiday.
what's most important in life. But let's enjoy the here and now instead. Our wise and beautiful daughter just taught us not to demand that this should be the best evening of the year. But we're allowed to try it, right? So this is where my speech ends, my dear husband. And now I need a glass of champagne.
I'll drink to that, and to you, and all the good things the new year will bring us. Maureen, I need champagne. For me and my beautiful wife.
You got it, sir. Just grab your glasses and join me in the bottle outside.
Poet.
It's less than a minute now.
Not Moet. Moe, however it's pronounced.
20 seconds on go, Mr. Price.
I feel like they're all looking the wrong way because the
So,
lake's over here.
1985 draws to a close. With mere seconds left in the year, I've been told this little lake town will strive to end 85 with a bang. In 10, 9, 8, 7.
Oh, it won't be on time. Fireworks is never on time. People liked it. Oh!
Holy Toledo! Ilsa, are we getting this?
Somebody check on Frank.
I knew it would go horribly wrong. I mean, Frank's bound to be okay, right? He's in the sequel. Rip Frank. No, Frank is with us in a year's time, so... Well, in the summer.
That sure sounds like a delicious eggnog recipe.
Hurry up, dear. It's coming up next.
Yes, don't
Ah,
get too
this is a-
excited now. It's just a preview, remember?
And now, a man with a very special New Year's resolution. And he's going to tell us all about it. Isn't that right, Sybil?
Absolutely, Bob. It's none other than our roving reporter, Connor Price. Connor, my dear, where in blazes are you?
Well, Sybil, I'm in beautiful Providence Oaks, wishing you and Bob and our viewers a joyful 1986. And as for my New Year's resolution, Bob, why, it's my very special price guarantee to all of you that I will be sharing gripping tales and intimate portraits from all over Oregon in an all-new series of special reports on small-town America. Part 1 will air tonight at 8, right here on KNW6. And it will be all about the gorgeous little lake town.
It's a very high-quality 1986 TV. It's got grainy lines on it.
Here,
but yes, it is a little bit.
At an exclusive sneak peek. Providence Oaks, an idyllic town by a lake just south of
Put a filter on it, but these lines are too small to be covered by normal pixels.
1986. And although, unfortunately, the fireworks started a little early, so we didn't quite manage to catch them on tape. Take it from me, it was quite the spectacle, courtesy of postal worker Frank Coleman.
They can't mention him.
Just a faulty batch of leftover 4th of July material, I guess. Not mine, anyway. No siree. But I'm all right, folks. Really, everyone can stop calling me at home. I'm A-okay.
I like this as an end credit scene because it means you read this
of Providence Oaks,
and watch it whilst reading through proofreaders and the voice director.
It's a town where even when things don't go as planned, folks will be all right and A-okay.
It's just, you know, we help each other out, and there's nothing we can't fix.
A town where first impressions can be deceiving.
This town may look sleepy from the outside, but trust me, there's always so much stuff to do and take care of. Ugh.
A town where generations have grown up.
It's a great place to raise kids, and also a great place to
she looks really comfortable on camera.
Myself, I mean. Back when I was a kid, being raised here.
Good voice acting.
Okay?
A town where patience is still a virtue.
To be honest,
Angie! Sorry.
Sure if this is where I'll find what I'm looking for, but I do know
you will
I can
find.
Keep looking here for as long as I want.
Meredith will be with you shortly.
A town full of unique individuals that, deep down, have more in common than you'd think.
The average Providence Oakian probably doesn't exist. We do tend to keep to ourselves until someone needs us. Then we show up. Always.
A town.
Okay, maybe I like Robert's one.
But love.
You know.
Oh, great.
I just think it's the best place in the whole wide world. Sue me.
And
what? Nancy said something nice.
Has a story to tell.
To me, it's all about
farmer stroke very amateur broadcaster.
Well, leave it to the mailman to say it best.
This is home.
It's me!
Providence Oaks, like so many other places in our great state of Oregon, is a small town with a big heart. This is Connor Price.
KNW6.
P.O.
Providence Oaks. P.O. Oh, that was fun. I enjoyed it. And again, if you could do me a favor and go check out Lake Season's Greetings, because the lovely people over at Whitethorn Games was kind enough to send me a copy of it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you know someone that might be interested in it, keep an eye on it. It's a good gift. Both the original game and the DLC, I would highly recommend. In fact, I think I have recommended Lake on Steam. I gave it a review. I did. Probably need to review the DLC. It was fun. I'm glad you enjoyed Jumpy. Now, we are at the 2-hour mark in the stream. We have options. Oh. We could wrap it up there. We could move on to a different game. If we move to a different game, it would probably be Coral Island. We can do a day or two of Coral Island. Or as I say, I could wrap it up. I can go home and have tea or hot chocolate. Thoughts, opinions, ideas, all appreciated. I don't know if I'd have to tweet that I'm playing Coral Island. Let's click quit. I'd rather get started on my commission. Oh. What kind of commission have you got? Should do. Pause in. Is it mine? Please say it's mine. I've got an animation to make this up. Oh, that sounds exciting. Okay, so what you're saying is if I end now, I get my animation quicker? Are you bribing me to cancel my stream? Sounds like it. Right, let's have a look at whom is online. If there's anyone that's worthy of a raid. I have some quality viewers. You have to be very, very worthy to get a raid from me. No way, hold. Oh, wrap it up. That's fine. Options. More options. Other options. Options. Just having a look at who on my list has been streaming for a short period. Oh. Interesting. Nope. Nope. Ooh. You're AFK. I kind of want to go and watch a bit of Tango Tech stream. So I'm going to raid Tango Tech. It probably won't even notice the raid. But we're going to do it anyway. Mostly because if we head on over there, I will be watching anyway. And it saves me having to watch someone that I raid off to and then move on elsewhere. So, raid Tango Tech. We are doing it. Small raid, but I'm sure he'll appreciate it regardless. And of course, we're going to do a raid call. Thank you, Sirius, again for joining. Raid call. There's the message. Please copy and paste that message. Post it in my chat so that you know you've got it copied down. And then when we head on over to Tango, you can post it in his chat if you want. Although it probably won't even be noticed with all the messages going there. But do me a favour and make sure people see that emote. Those emotes, they're cute. Tango's doing a post-mortem of Decked Out, and I want to check it out. Plus, the more of it I watch now, the less I have to watch of the VOD. Saves me the effort. I will be back on Thursday, where we're going to be playing Coral Island. I'm very, very excited to be back on the island. I'm loving that game as well. And then we have Minecraft on Friday, so I hope to see you Thursday or Friday. But be awesome. Thank you again for the company. I'm very, very lucky to have this platform and a community that supports me. You're all amazing. Thank you. And good night. Might copy the message myself. I have. Good. Whew. Panicked. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you, Jumpy. Thank you, Shaylin. Also, I like that Danielle has added the battle emoji to the side. Just a little bit more pizzazz.